It is with a kind of heavy heart that I'm here to bring you some kind of crappy news about Dwarf Fortress, coming from Bay12 and Kitfox. Unfortunately, it's related to one of the artists working on the Steam version, Meph, who I actually had the pleasure of speaking with once. It was lovely to talk to him. Unfortunately, he has parted ways with Kitfox and Bay12 and will not be working on the Steam version anymore. I'll explain why in a moment. So a handful of days ago, a post arrived on the forums pointing at Meph allegedly using other people's assets uncredited in his personal tileset. This is something that isn't entirely strange for Meph, as he's been managing and maintaining Masterwork Dwarf Fortress and his unofficial tileset for a very long time. This tileset was a combination of various assets from other tilesets, as well as some of his own unique art, and many other sources of art from other places. Donated assets, free assets, and various other things. Long story short, I'll link some of the threads below if you would like to read into it yourself. A lot of those assets went uncredited. And unfortunately, this is something that happens in free modding and open source projects from time to time. Some of you might be familiar with what happened to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead relatively recently. I say that, but a couple of years ago now, where one of their... I don't even remember. But it happened to Cataclysm where a large number of the assets weren't credited and were not officially licensed, and thus, air quotes, stolen. Similar situation has happened here. Once again, I'll link the threads down below if you would like to go read them yourselves. But the long story short is this, and I will read Kitfox's official post now. Unfortunately, we've decided to end our partnership with Meph. Although we wish him well in the future, Meph was working on many of the sprites for the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress. It is disappointing for all of us personally, but only a minor setback for the project. Kitfox is already talking to a couple of artists to help us finish things up. We believe that this is the best way forward, and it won't delay the project that significantly. We'll need to rework some of the art behind the scenes, so there might not be screenshots or videos for a little while, but programming on the menus and things is still ongoing. There's still some months of code work to do now, while new artists get up to speed, so everything should end up on track. Tarn and Kitfox Games. Me, over here, again, I will say that I've been watching this kind of unfold on the forums for a little bit, and it was something that I thought about bringing up in the recent interview I did with Tarn, but I opted to not because I don't particularly like discussing drama until there's official statements. I think it just kind of throws unnecessary fire on the gasoline bucket. So I just avoided bringing it up. I kind of thought about making a video about this a couple of days ago, kind of talking about this, but, you know, it's kind of an inevitability. Hopefully, as I said, it won't delay anything too significantly. For those of you who don't know, Meph's role, as far as I understood it, was not designing art, but copying art. So Mike, the Mayday, the lead artist on the project, would draw an asset or a sprite, give it to Meph, and Meph would copy it and make variations on that sprite. So theoretically, the majority of the art direction and design is Mayday's and can continue as such. But for this, it's still frustrating because it does slow things down. So unfortunately, that's the bad news day over. Don't really know what else to say aside from I'll be here and I will be posting news once it is available. As always, if you'd like to support me or this channel, just leave a comment down in the description and tell me how excited you are for the next round of screenshots when they do arrive. And if you want to support Bay12 directly, you can do that on their Patreon. And if you want to support me, you'll see my patrons on the screen right now, and you know how to find it. It's in the description. Till then, I will be live 5 days a week, and throughout December, I will actually be live every single day of the month until the 24th. I'll be streaming 24 days in a row, so there will be a lot of Dwarf Fortress, a lot of Long Death, a lot of other things. It should be fun. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.